we'll be more than happy. But please come forward. In fact, some of the EC members will be briefing a bit about their respective committees, which I'm also looking forward to hear. And this is all from my side. We already had some brief chit chat wherein the feeling is that everybody looks forward to these Saturday weekly meetings for all the positivity which it brings in, apart from the product knowledge which we get. So wish you a good time for the next couple of hours. This is all from my side. Over to you, Tejveer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kaul. And it's a delight to meet everyone here on the weekly Saturday meetings, and I welcome all of you. I think the weather is a little sultry, but at the same time, the blue skies are there, which is very, very heartwarming, and that's what we all have been wishing for so many years. And here we are, so that's on the brighter side. There are many people who join us now in our weekly meetings, not just the ATOAI members. And we have members even today from other associations, right from IATO and ATOAI and Outbound, and a few new faces who are our guests today. But they are most welcome to be a part of us by joining ATOAI as a member. And Sonam can also help with that. I must mention and welcome Radhir Vikram Singh ji as a special guest today. Thank you, Radhir ji, for joining us today. It's indeed an honor to have you over here. And I'm that everyone feels very encouraged by having and seeing your presence over here. I can dare not start this meeting today without complimenting Sonam and her team, and assisted by Bharat, who have been putting this together for consecutively 9 weeks. So this is the 9th week today, friends, and it's a very it's great pride. With that, I say that we have had more than 10 guest speakers, where a speaker speaks for around 20 minutes, and that's one of the main presentations of the weekly Saturday meetings. And by now, 30 ATOAI members have had the networking opportunity, which is completely free of cost. They have come, they've shown their products, and I'm sure they've benefited. There is a sense of mutual business synergies, which we see, we feel tangible, which we actually believe in, and I'm sure everyone is benefiting from that. I personally have signed up a couple of things with a few presentation members who did the presentations. So that's the power of these Saturday meetings. We've also had people from Ministry of Tourism and also RD from Northeast who came and who gave presentations. So it's not just about our membership. It's not just about other associations joining in. It's inclusive of even the government, which is completely supporting us and backing up in these meetings and otherwise also. Now today we have one guest presentation, which is being done by our subcommittee of technology and website, which is headed by Pradeep Murthy, who is also an EC member. And we have 3 more presentations from our ATOAI members, from Aquaterra Adventures, from Koeli Tours and Travels, and from Waxpole Hotels and Resorts. I would also like to clarify over here that in case if you've done a presentation before, but you have more products to show, we welcome you to do your second and third presentation also. Do not feel that since you've done only one presentation, you can't do more. You are more than welcome to showcase some more products. Of course, we will be giving priority to those who have not done any presentation, but in case if there is a vacuum, there is a place in on a particular Saturday, and we feel that you can fit in, we'll be delighted to fit you in so that you can showcase your product and the members can benefit from understanding and seeing more products that ATOAI members have. Let me introduce first our first speaker today. Pradeep Murthy is an ATOAI Executive Committee member, and he's also the chairman of the subcommittee on technology and website. Pradeep runs a company called Muddy Boots Vacations. It's an ISO 21101 company. He's a serving member of the State Advisory Board for Adventure Tourism with the Kerala State Government. He's a member of the Bureau of Indian Standards Sectoral Committee on Tourism, representing Adventure Tour Operators Association. And And today Pradeep will be speaking on broad objectives of revamping the ATOAI website. We'll also be doing a poll on the ATOAI website, which I request everyone to participate so that we can have a data collected from the sample, which will be put to use to take the ATOAI website ahead. Our ATOAI presenters today are Sumeru Bahuguna from Equaterra. He's the creative director, a former national level golfer. He's very passionate about filmmaking with drones and action cameras, which he started a few years back. He now co-directs Himalayan Adventure Challenge, and today he will be presenting the Himalayan Adventure Challenge by Equaterra Adventures. Our next speaker is Arijit. Arijit is a dear friend. He runs Coily Travels based out of Guwahati, which is the award-winning company since 1993 and one of the leading tour operators based in Assam. They are approved by the Assam Tourism and Ministry of Tourism. They specialize tours to the Seven Sister States, and he's the chapter chairman Northeast of the Domestic Tour Operators Association. And we also have Akanksha. Akanksha is the founder director of Waxpol Hotel and Resorts. She's a conservationist and wildlife enthusiast, member of the governing council of the Responsible Tourism Society of India. She is involved in policy making by tourism departments at regional. She continues to strive for the upliftment of local people and women empowerment. Very successful hotelier. They run 4 resorts across the country. Her debut project was the Sundarban Tiger Camp, which was established in 2004. Then they went on to open the Riverwood Forest Retreat in Tuas in West Bengal in 2008, which was followed by a Riverwood Forest Retreat in Pench National Park in Madhya Pradesh, and to be doing a presentation on Riverwood Forest Retreats in Pench. May I please invite Pradeep Murthy to do the first presentation. Pradeep, all yours.
Thanks, Tejveer. Good morning, friends. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to tell our members about the website and technology and what we're trying to do here. One quick clarification before I kick off on the job I've been given. You've been a little bit more generous than you should be, Tejveer. We are not yet an ISO 21101 certified company. Even though I'm an auditor for ISO 21101, I think we have to do a little bit more work to get to that certification. It's a lot of work to get that certification. But I hope that at some point our members will work towards that. At the moment, there's only one company in India which is ISO 21101 certified, and I hope others will also. Anyway, so having got that out of the way, I think so. I was asked by the EC to look after the website, the technology subcommittee that we have formed. I think the first thing is that I think we do have a website, the ATOAI website, and it does a fairly decent job. And I think, but there is always room for improvement. So before we get into the specifics of what we are planning to change, I think it might be worth trying to outline what we are trying to do. Who are we trying to serve with this website? And in my mind, I think there are 3 sets of stakeholders we are really trying to serve with this website. And correct me if I'm missing anybody in those 3 buckets. The first is the ATOAI association itself. I think the association, we need a forum to tell our members and the world what we're doing, what's going on, what the subcommittees are doing, what are the important events that are happening. Things like last year was a year of adventure. We need a place to tom-tom, things like that. So we need a way to communicate all this information with the members and the public at large. So that's the first. So it's a mouthpiece for the association. And I think today, between social media and website, I think those are pretty much the only real channels of communication we absolutely must have. Right? I think the days of looking at TV advertisements and radio ads are long gone. I think we need these are the obvious online methods of communication that we need to address. So that's the first thing. The second thing that the second set of stakeholders we are trying to address is obviously the members. From a member's perspective, I think there are many things that the website needs to kind of address. I think first and foremost, the website needs to be a repository of information about things like regulations, guidelines, processes, and things like that. So, we have formed the ATOAI guidelines for 31 different adventure activities. They need to be prominently available to members as a reference point. In fact, I don't know how many of you know, and Ajit is looking after the guidelines subcommittee, Ajit Bajaj sir, and the guidelines themselves have actually evolved and been adopted by a couple of states by converting them into regulation. And it's a hope of ATOAI that more and more states across the country will do that. But we need a place for us to make these references available to our members, and that the website is an obvious home for all that. I think in addition to that, things like other regulations that many state governments are passing or the central government is passing, things like information about the schemes available, NDA schemes and other schemes available for our members, the processes of becoming an approved adventure tour operator, the tips and tricks, if you may, the right contacts, the way to make sure that you have a smooth certification by the central government. At the moment, it's a matter of a little bit of concern that there are less than 100 approved adventure tour operators across the country, when we know that by our estimation, there are close to 15,000 adventure tour operators in India. Now, less than 100 out of 15,000 is a very, very, very pitiful number. And I think largely the reason for that is because people simply don't know how to, or they're not aware of the process of how to become an approved adventure tour operator, or the benefits that you get by becoming an AATO. So I think things, information like that, it is essential that that kind of information is made available to our members. In addition, things like repositories of media. One of the big things that I think many of our members struggle with is, let's say you're trying to launch or products in a new destination, or you want to do something somewhere else. Very often we would love to have a media library where we can download content-free, royalty-free photographs, media and things, videos and things like that. I think that's one of the things that the website can effectively be, a media repository of photographs and video and other collateral that our members can freely use in their presentations and brochures. In addition, I think one of the key other things that we would like this website to become is to facilitate interaction and networking between members. At the moment, I think most of the interaction that happens between our members is largely offline. It's not often, and as far as I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's not often that our members use the website as a medium to discover other operators in other parts of the country, reach out to them, engage in a dialogue, understand what they do and things like that. So I think the website needs to be a kind of clearinghouse or a stock exchange like thing, where you can meet and discover what other people are doing in other parts of the country, what their products are, and look at ways to collaborate with these people, right? And I think that's one of the key things that our website should be kind of hopefully facilitating and making available to our members. What that kind of is an obvious corollary of that is that the website has to have perhaps microsites for the members, where you can host your own information on the website and have avenues to market and give it exposure. At the moment, I don't know how many of you are aware or how many of you have even used it. The ATOAI website currently, even today, has a facility for members to log in and update your information on that website. It doesn't yet have the information, the ability to host your products and services on the website, but perhaps we will look at trying to do that, so that this offers a new way for you to reach out to your market. And if we can get the ATOAI website to have more footfall and more eyeballs on that website, this then can become a relatively useful and important way, or a relevant way for you to engage with your target markets. And I think finally, one more thing from a member perspective, I think what the technology committee would like to do is to try and offer ways for our members to become more tech savvy. A large majority of our members, I feel, and correct me again if I'm wrong, I feel would greatly benefit from having a greater knowledge of technology and what it can do for them. I think we had a couple of good sessions by people like Siyash, who kind of gave us some insight into the many freeware or close to free or very low cost tools available for collaboration, for creating content, for presenting information, for scheduling work and things like that. And I think more such presentations and availability of such, think of such software, links to such software or reviews about such software would be a great place for our, great benefit to our members. And finally, one other thing that came to mind was, at the moment, if you look at equipment and gear, there is no proper repository of information about reviews or feedback about equipment, whether it's Indian made or foreign made. Mostly we rely on forums abroad or reviews in foreign magazines and websites. And I think it would be great if, we had a place where a lot of our members use a lot of equipment across the country, and it'd be fantastic if our website itself had a section where, information about gear and could be hosted, and you have first-hand information, and it also gives you the great opportunity to perhaps reach out to that member directly and ask him what his or her experience of using a particular piece of equipment was. I think so. These are all things that I feel that the website could offer to our members. And thirdly, the third set of stakeholders that I think we are trying to serve with this website is the general public. I think ATOI as an organization has a great mandate to educate the Indian consumer about adventure tourism. And that has many facets. I think one is telling the consumer what is available, first of all. Most of the time, our consumers don't even know what's available, except for a few well-known treks in the Himalayas. If you asked the Aam Janta, the normal traveling public, what adventure options are available in, say, Orissa or in Andhra Pradesh or in Karnataka, I would say that most of them would be hard pressed, except for maybe a few obvious ones, like, let's say, a safari into Nagarhole in Karnataka, or a very few things like that. I think most people in India are not fully aware of what is available in India itself, what options are available, and who offers these kind of options. And also give them the assurance that these are being done in a safe manner. I think so these are all things, and so that is a very important part of what the ATOI website needs to be. I think providing information to the general public, and equally, I think educating that consumer about safety. I think one of the big challenges that our industry faces, at least the more organized, responsible part of an industry faces, is the lack of consumer awareness about safety. Today, I think people mostly look at a trek and say, "Acha, this guy gives it at 50,000 rupees per person. This guy gives it at 1 lakh rupees per person. So let me go with the guy at 50,000." I think we need to tell. I think we need to tell the public what questions to ask. How do you gauge whether a particular adventure tour operator is a good operator, a safe operator, a responsible operator, rather than just go for the cheapest option? And I think that will go a great way in making things a better working environment for all our members, a more safer and a better environment for all our members. So I think these are broadly the things that we would want to do with our website. And from a more generic perspective, I think any website needs to be attractive, easy and attractive, and nice to use, easy to use. And I think because unless it is easy to use, people when I say easy to use, what I mean is easy to use by two sets of stakeholders here. One is the ATOI organization itself, so make it easy for them and very simple for them to update information on the homepage, provide avenues for to highlight certain information, to have short-term promotions and things like that. And I think that needs to be very, very simple for the backend admin office to do. And I think also it should be very easy for our members to promote themselves. I think while I know that there was some time where the ATOI website offered members an option to do things like put up your banner on the homepage, I think it needs to go a bit beyond that. I think we need to have options where you can have, say, a promotion for a week by some member, or prize draws, or giveaways, or discount offers, or things like this. Basically, all of these make the website interesting. They make it dynamic. And unless the website is dynamic, if it's the same content on the website week after week, I think people don't come. If it's the same information that you saw last week, you're not going to go to the website next week, because you probably don't expect any change to happen. But if the website is dynamic and it's changing and giving you interesting information on a regular basis, I think that's what keeps the website engaging and interesting. And I think that's where we need the help and cooperation of all our members. So the first step in that to us is to ask you, what you felt about our current website, and we had floated out a brief questionnaire a couple of days back. Some of you did respond, and thank you very much for that. But I think perhaps Tejveer, maybe we can run the poll, and Sonam, we can run the poll, and maybe I'm not quite sure how the mechanics of running a poll online is, so I would request your assistance on that. But I think that is a first step, and I think that will give us a great lot of insight into understanding what is the right way to go ahead. with these various things that we're trying to do.
Absolutely. So, Pradeep, we will run the poll, and I'm very keen to somehow show everyone how they can log in from the back end and see their own products and uh, do a lot of stuff that is available on the website. I'm in the meantime, the poll has been showcased to everyone. I will try and see if I can share my screen and do that. So this poll will be helping us in understanding your requirements and what you think of the website, your expectations from the association. The link is being shared by Sonam in the chat box. May I request everyone to take a minute. Please click on this link. It will lead you to this Google survey form. It's very simple, and kindly submit your feedback, your reviews right now. May I please request everyone to click on the link? We're all online. We are around how many? 30
So
or
I've shared the link.
Yeah.
I've shared the
take you
link. I hope you can
literally
see my
less than
screen.
5 minutes. It take you literally less than 5 minutes. You just need to go and it's just multiple choice. Click on a button.
You're going very fast. I can't even hold the screen. So start and begin.
So idea is not to see the screen. In fact, can you stop showing the screen? I don't want anyone to see the screen. Just click on the link. Go to your chat box. There is a link.
All right. Okay. Fine. Sorry. My apologies.
So that's okay, sir. This could be everyone's question. Kindly click on the link which has been shared by Bharat, which will take you to the Google form, and just submit your feedback.
So I think the questions we had put in that form is mainly to gauge some various aspects of the website, what you think about it, and also ask for your suggestions on while I outlined what we felt were the things that we wanted to do around that space. I think 300 people thinking or 400 people thinking or at least 70 people on the call thinking, I think makes a big difference rather than 5 people in a committee thinking. And I think we are very, very keen for you guys to tell us what you think. I think ultimately the website belongs to all of us, right? And while we are only a custodians of that website, I think it's our job to make sure that website remains current, dynamic, interesting, fun. Other things that we also will probably bring into it is things for space for things like blogs. For as a company, you could perhaps write an interesting blog about something in your part of the world, and we'll have options for you to promote that on the website itself. Now, side by side with this, I think there's also a clearly budget that we are seeking to try and promote this through social media, because again, if we do all of these things, we also need to have a social media campaign that promotes our own website. And I think that is something we will do. But while the association can certainly spend some money trying to promote it, I think we will get a lot more traction if all our members also promote our website. I think, whether it is by small things like, adding it to your signature on your email, or, making sure that your own website has a link back to the ATOAI website, things like that. I think, that helps a lot in SEO and making sure that, we get enough footfall into that website itself. And needless to add, if any suggestions, you're more than welcome to send an email across or drop me a line or Sonam a line.
So if everyone has done the needful, Sonam, I'd like to share the screen. I managed to log in with one of the email IDs that I had. Abhay, thank you for also submitting done. May I request everyone to write in the chat box if you have actually done it. This will also help us gauge how many people have actually taken the survey. Please say done or submitted, something like that. Sonam, am I able to share my screen?
Not yet, sir.
Please give me permission to share the screen, and I'll be doing it from Tejbir, not Tejbir Anand. I've got 2 logins to allow Tejbir to share the screen.
So the access is given, sir. Everybody can share the screen.
Oh, fair enough. Let me try. I hope I'm able to do that.
Oh, fantastic. I'm very pleased to see lots of done messages from the chat box. So thank you very much.
We can see the screen, sir.
And anybody that your friends and who are ATOAI members, please tell them to fill it in as well, because this is essential. We need to get this feedback. And the more feedback we get, the more accurate will be our understanding of what we need to do.
Okay, so I did manage to log in into our company's account. So please pardon me, but I didn't want to log into anybody else's account. And we might have done some work when the password and the login were given to every company. So this is the page where every company can log in. And you can put your email ID. The password as of now is common for everyone, which is 123456. We will send this login and password to each company again. And you can change your password once you log in for the first time. So when you log in, here is what you see and here is what you can all do. So on the left hand side, you can see this is the dashboard and then my account, which will give you all possibilities of doing with your account, my news, your events, updated password and logout. Now in the dashboard, as you can see, the company's name is given and all the details. So, and also if you're active or allied or whatever member you are. Now this section is basically showing you news which has been posted by ATOAI as an association. So when you log in, you will be able to look at all the news from your backend login also. As we come down, this is the section on the events. So all events are also clickable. You can also check out all the events which have been conducted in the past, and the new ones will will be posted as we go ahead. So the last conventions can be seen from the backend right from here. Now this is very important. This is a great resource that we had made where we all need human resource and staff for our companies. So this is a section which we had created where people are posting and applying for jobs through ATOAI as an association, and you as an ATOAI member can select anyone who you feel like and take it forward. So for example, I can see that on the, now this is a little old feed which perhaps has not been updated, which we need to work upon. But there are a lot of resumes, which came in. So Harjot Kaur with the email is specified phone number is looking for a sales job full time, and this was posted on 30th October 2019. I think our feed is somehow stopped, so we will get this working. But you have functions like anybody can apply, right from a sales to HR to finance, even a cook, a trekking guide, educators, course facilitators, administrator, director, XYZ. So this is accessible to everyone, and we will ensure that this again starts so you can try and so you can see that you have a trekking guide who applied for it, somebody for sales, somebody for finance, somebody as an administrator, a course facilitator. So there is so much of data available that we as a member can use. We also have links which will be coming up, connecting you to flights, hotels, buses, rails, etc. So this becomes a repository for all the members to do a lot of work from within your login without even going anywhere. When you go to my account, so this is where you can upload your or correct or edit your details, your name, your company's name, your city, etc. Personal information, company detail. You can write your little write up as to what do you offer about your products. The editor is very simple to use. If you have any issues, we will always help you. So a short description, a detailed description, your specialization, even you can select your destinations and your activities, and you can do multiple. So for example, you can select that we do Uttarakhand, we do Sikkim, we do Meghalaya, we do Madhya Pradesh, XYZ, whatever. So all this will reflect in the search when anyone tries to search on the ATOAI website. So this is just an example, and you can do it yourself. And just as save, you can change your logo whenever you want to. And so from a profile to your details to your my news is a section which I see is something blank, which basically you can create yourself and post. And this will be seen internally by all the members. So it becomes like an internal WhatsApp group for all the members. So it's a great B2B platform where one can push messages to members. So all 450 some plus members of ATOAI will be receiving this post in their account when they log in. You can create your own event, you can update your password, and of course, you log out like I just did.
Thanks, Tejveer. I think that's a good overview of the kind of functionality that we would like to have. I mean, the website offers at the moment. The exact mechanics of the technology behind it, etc. may remain the same, may change. We will come to that later. But I think that's very clearly the kind of functionality we want to offer and make sure that our members can use. And again, as I said, it's while it doesn't matter what the website offers, it's more essential that our members use it on a more ongoing basis. And I think that's where we need to have feedback from you and help from you. So thank you very much.
I completely resonate that, Pradeep. I wish a day where, like, we all come and we log in into our email accounts. We all log in into the ATOAI account, first thing in the morning, and we stay tuned to it, throughout the day. That is my aspiration, and that is what I would love to do as a member also. And if I don't need to go anywhere and every information is there in the website, links of people, of hotels, of airlines, of anything that concerns me, that is what I aspire to, look at as a member.
Don't worry, sir. We'll become the Google homepage of adventure in India. Don't worry.
I'm sure with you heading in the capacity of the chairman, I am very sure that wherever we are lagging, we will pull up a socks and we're going to run that 100-meter dash very soon. And I truly believe in it.
Thank you, sir.
प्रदीप, हमारे यहाँ पंजाबी में कहते हैं मुंह में घी शक्कर. इतनी बढ़िया बात कह दी आपने, मजा आ गया सुनकर ये. Under your leadership, I'm sure we will achieve this.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your imagination. So great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, Pradeep,
you are our chairman.
Pradeep, he shakkar nahi bolega. Obviously, he'll have to come out with a native word from Kerala and ensure it's all running.
Ghee shakkar yahan bhi khate hain, sir. Kafi. Thank you.
Fantastic. So let's move ahead, friends. Thank you, Pradeep, for such a great presentation and quite intense knowledge on what we need to do and where we are headed. And I'm sure everyone is super excited because this is a tool which no one can, live without it. As we move ahead, let me call upon our first presenter today from ATOAI. I'll be calling upon Sumeru Bahuguna, who's the creative director for ATOAI Adventures. I've already given a little profile about Sumeru. Sumeru will be talking about the Himalayan Adventure Challenge by ATOAI Adventures. Sumeru, I'll be giving you 7 minutes all put together, but I'll be ringing a bell at 6 minutes, which needs you need to hurry up and wind up. So, and by the 7th minute, I'll ring the second bell, where I'll request you to please wind up. And the bell will sound like this. All yours.
Thank you, Mr. Anand. It's fantastic to be here. I'm Sumeru. I work for ATOAI Adventures, and this is my first ATOAI meet. I've heard some tremendous things about all of you and the work you've been doing over the years, and I'm excited to be here. I've been working for ATOAI for the past 4 years, and I've spent the last 15 years in Bangalore before recently shifting to Dehradun to be closer to our bases. I take care of our digital verticals for ATOAI and Atali, and last 3 years I've also been working on a new vertical, which is the Himalayan Adventure Challenge. So before I talk further about the challenge, I'd like to start sharing my screen and take you through a video preview of it from last year. Hope my screen is visible to all.
It is.
It is.
Go ahead.
This is the first race of this sort that I'm doing. It'll be fun.
We're going to just whip everyone's ass.
I feel amazing. I feel like taking a dip in the river.
The rafting was superb and beautiful, very picturesque.
That was a short review of our challenge from last year. And so Himalayan Adventure Challenge is the first of its kind multi-adventure challenge in the Himalayas. It involves mountain biking, river rafting, and hiking, one after the other. It's a one-day event spread over a weekend with one day being the orientation, where the participants come in and test out all the equipment. Guides and team members take them through each and every aspect of the race till they're comfortable with their practice runs and orientation. The race takes place from early morning on a Saturday every year. And there are three categories to it. One is called the Zealot Challenge. Was 30 kilometers of biking, 21 kilometers of hike, and a 14-kilometer rafting run. For the not so adventurous and those who just love to step into the outdoors and try out the challenge, there's a 30-kilometer section which involves 16-kilometer of hike and a 14-kilometer rafting run. The 10-kilometer challenge is what we've introduced for families with children who want to just come and enjoy the weekend, get the children outdoors away from the screens, just to experience the rush before moving on to the higher hills following it. So these are some of the pictures from last year and the year before, the participants and the various sections during the race. Hack was originally called the Aquaterra Challenge, which had started after the devastating Uttarakhand floods in 2013. It was our aim to start getting people and tourism to come back in Uttarakhand, and that's how it all started. In 2017, we evolved and started making it bigger and better, and that's when it transitioned into the years, people have realized that it's not necessarily the case. To combat this, we also introduced the fair point system called, it's based on age and gender adjustments. It's based on the Boston Marathon model, where your timing of the total challenge gets adjusted based on age and gender. Now, a lot of teams have started also training for hack over the years and do hire a lot of fitness professionals, nutritionists, and it's not only looked upon as a fun challenge for the weekend. People are training to even win it, and that's what we saw last year, where a lot of groups from Delhi, Mumbai had started training months in advance. And a group called CrossFit Create won the challenge with some fantastic times. So it's not only for men and women in their primes, and we've had even 60-year-olds to young. So I'll quickly wrap this up. And we've had some fantastic supporters over the years, with GoPro supporting us last year, coming on as a content partner. We've had Garmin, Columbia, and we're also looking to support and take support of accommodation and resorts close by. We have had some successful partnerships with Himalayan Hideaway, where their guests and our guests stay there and participate in the challenge, and that's what we are looking at with ATOAI to associate with more members for this year and the years following. So that's all from me, and any questions any members would have, I'll be open to them at the end of the session. I'd like to give the screen back to Mr. Anand. Thank you.
Thank you, Sumeru. Indeed, I think it's so exciting, especially seeing the challenge is spread out and invites almost every segment of people, right from the families to children to the enthusiasts. So fantastic, great, and I'm sure that one day I will also be there with my family in participating in one of the events. Maybe this December or next December, I don't know, but we'll be there for sure. I promise you.
All right, hope to see you soon.
Thank you. And we move on to the next presenter. Let me call upon my friend Arijit from Guwahati. Arijit will be doing a presentation on the lesser known destination of Northeast India. Arijit, all yours.
Thank you, Tejbir. Thank you, Swadeshji, Pradeepji, Tejbirji, and all the respected members. It's a privilege for me to be part of this August gathering. I will request Sonamji to play the video.
Can you see it, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I can't hear anything. Only can
Sound
see.
is not there, Sonam.
No audio. Sonam, no audio.
Bharat is sharing the screen. Bharat, can you just check the audio, please?
Sorry?
We can't, there's no audio. Bharat, can you check?
Sir, I'm getting all the audio. I'll increase the volume. Should I restart it?
Do that, please.
Okay, the audio is on from my end.
For now we can hear. I think the volume was low. Just do it to the max.
क्या क्या वीडियो बनाया? Do I share the presentation?
Yeah, I am sharing the presentation.
Okay.
Just a second.
गुनीत उसको बोलो जो वीडियो उसने बना उनमें लोगोस नहीं लगे.
Thank you. Now, this is a 2 minutes presentation on the lesser known destinations. Now, on arrival to Guwahati, you'll be proceeding to Swalkuchi, which is just 35 kilometers from Guwahati. The artistic finery of keel weavers of beautiful Mekhala chadar kilometers from Swalkuchi, a place called is the most important temple of Hajj. This pond you see is in Haju. Hindus believe that turtles to be the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, to whom the Hajo temple is dedicated. Devotees and tourists gather to see turtles on the banks of the pond. India hosts 29 species of turtles, which 20 are found in Assam, and about 13 species of turtles imported from the Hajo pond. The key person who is of the turtle is Pranab Malaka. He is the caretaker of the temple pond in Hajo. He became a member of the conservation group. Good Earth started the process of collecting eggs of the turtle from the sandy banks of the pond and putting them in an incubator for rearing them. While coming back from Hajo towards Guwahati, you will have a short stop, visit this village called Dadara for greater adjutant stock. This is the nest of greater adjutant stocks. Just few hundred left in the world. 2/3 of the global population live in Assam, near Dadara. Village women are known as Hargila Adi, who are involved in 300 women of the villages who sing hymns and weave scarves and other items on motifs of the bird to create awareness among the need to protect widely green Oscar for efforts in conserving greater adjutant stocks.
Arijit, I have a suggestion. Why don't you turn off your video? Because I think you have some broadband issue problems. So your voice is not audible, it's breaking. Just switch off your video and then do the presentation. Go ahead.
Okay, and the video, and just a second. Is it fine?
Yeah. You'll save on the bandwidth, so it'll be better. Go ahead.
Yeah. So approximately 120 kilometers from Guwahati, near Nagaon town, Ranthali is home to skilled artisans families, the creators of the most dazzling of jewels, quite a reason to small and unique hamlet. Ranthali's handmade Assamese jewelry is at once unique, affordable, with silver base covered with thin gold foil, locally known as Pat Hun. Assamese jewelry, the jewel have exotic names, the half moon, the pair pigeons, a bihu drum, and so on. The video is not, the presentation is not moving for some reason. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Your voice is much better now. You're audible.
Okay. I'm sorry for this technical glitch, but now the presentation is not moving. But coming back to these areas about these tunnels, the ponds, the villages of the adjutant stocks, and this Assamese jewelries. In addition, we have another one we have included because I was being asked for 2 minutes, but this is an interesting thing which I want to add. That very close to this jewelry village, there is a village of the Assamese Sikhs who don't speak Punjabi, having been residing since 2 centuries now. This is called a Singhgaon, claiming to be the progeny of 6 soldiers sent by Punjab's Maharaja Ranjit Singh in 1822 to support the Ahoms in their fight against Burmese invaders. They continue to remain faithful to Sikh traditions, Guru Granth Sahib, and setting an example of harmony when neighboring villages inundated. These Assamese Sikhs provide free food to the flood victims in these langas. This is the unique diversity we have in Assam and also Northeast. When I get an opportunity, I'll definitely speak more about the other lesser known destinations. Thank you.
Thank you, Arijit. Is that all about your presentation?
Yeah, because has been asked for 2 minutes, so I tried to cover it as possible because there were others were there, and for some reason my PowerPoint presentation was not moving. The slides are not moving.
I'm really sorry for that because I think there is your broadband connection is a little weak. That's why your voice is also not really audible, and the presentation also got stuck. Really sorry for that. Although I was in full mind to give you a couple of minutes more, just to justify it. But anyway, I would welcome you to be to come back again and do more presentations. Arjit, you are showcasing 7 sisters, 7 states, which is a huge amount of subject, and I'm sure that everyone in this house would love to individually hear about each state, what the state has to offer. Quite a few of us do certainly do Northeast, and a few of us do it with you itself as a company. But there is so much of awareness which needs to be created about the Northeast, and I think it'll be fantastic if you can please come back again and do a different subject on each Saturday. Thank you. And moving ahead, I think we need to call in our next speaker. Our next speaker is Akanksha, and I've given a profile about her also. She will be speaking about the Riverwood Forest Retreat at Pench in Madhya Pradesh. Akanksha, all yours.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm just sharing my screen with everybody. Okay. Can everybody see it, please? Full screen?
It's just coming on.
Okay.
Okay, now we get it. Now we can see.
Perfect. So a very good morning to everybody. Here we are today to talk about Pench. As you all know, Pench is in Madhya Pradesh and in Maharashtra. So I'm covering the part of Pench in Madhya Pradesh and also how easy it is to access the Maharashtra side of it. Our resort in Madhya Pradesh is called the Riverwood Forest Retreat Pench. And here's a small map. If you can see the cursor, you can see Pench is one of the most easily accessible parks, which is connected from Nagpur Airport. So it actually just takes you an hour and a half to drive from Nagpur Airport to Pench, and you can actually combine this with a circuit to go to either Satpura and then Bhopal, or Pench. You can go and do Kana and then fly out of Raipur. Or you can do Pench, Kana, Bandhavgarh, and then fly out of Jabalpur. So it's a fantastic circuit for wildlife. And with Aspas, Ghumo, and wildlife picking up in Madhya Pradesh having fantastic road network, this area has a lot of experience to share. On the right hand side of the screen, you can see what all can you do in Pench. As you all know, there's only 35 vehicles allowed from Turia Gate. So, everybody does not get a chance to go into the park. So in that case, you can do other activities. For example, you can go to the Potter's Village, which is in Pachdar. It's fantastic. You can do pottery. You can see how they're making the pot. You can do a whole day experience where you learn how to pick up the mud, clean it, mix it, make it muggy, and then do the clay modeling. Or in the evening, you can go for a night safari, which is almost like 10 minutes away. And the biggest USP of our property is that you can access both the Turia Gate and the Khursapar Gate in Maharashtra. So it's approximately 15 to 20 minutes drive to Turia and 15-20 minutes drive to Khursapar Gate. In the evenings, for example, on Wednesday when the park is shut, and on other days when you don't get a safari, you can also do village hut visits. We have village huts in Khwasa, Karwahi, Piparwani, and these are places where you can go and buy local produce, and you can come back to the resort and we can do something very experiential called the bush cooking. So one other activity which we are very encouraging and we're promoting right now is cycling tours. So there's a place here called the Rukhar Forest. So you can actually take your cycles, it goes by jeeps, you go to Rukhar and you can do an evening's drive, cycling over there for an hour or 2 hours, depending on what your capacity is. You can come back and we can do bush cooking there as well. So what is Pench popular? Pench is popular for the tigers. It's got a fantastic tiger base. You've got around 35 adults. You've got a lot of cubs. Fantastic sighting, especially in the summer months. So what we really encourage is to have positive feedback for the park is that you come at the right time. If you come right after the monsoon, in say October, November, sightings are there, but not that frequent. So what we encourage is that you come, say, November, December, January, February, March, April. The hotter the month, the better the sighting. So if you want to make expectations better, like to see the tigers many times, then come after November and stay for at least 2 nights, 3 nights to explore the whole area. This area, you can see the big five, which is the sambar deer, the leopard, the tiger, the sloth bear, and of course the Indian gaur. Fantastic sightings of the animals. The park is also very well known for the number of birds it has. There's just a few of them which we've highlighted. There's a bird checklist available on our website on waxpolhotels.com, where you can get a detailed list of what bird can be sighted in which month. The next thing I would like to show is what else can you do. You can do day excursions. There is a Khoka Dam where you can come. It's actually got the national park on the opposite side. So early mornings and late evenings, you can actually see wildlife here. You can also come and have an evening high tea, walk around this area, very good for birding. And it's outside the park, it's in the buffer zone. So great place to come here, spend 1 or 2 hours. The night safari, which I was mentioning, is from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. It's for 3 hours. You go with a gypsy with torches in your vehicle, and you completely go through the park, which is completely like on a moonlit night is beautiful because you get some more visibility. But once you go to the lake, so this Khoka Lake is connected at one point with the night safari, and that's where you can see a lot of wildlife as well. Mostly nocturnal animals like the Bengal fox, wolves, sometimes the leopard, and sometimes the tiger. Other than this, we promote a lot of local experiences. So you can go during, March, April, May when mahua is being collected. You can go early mornings for a walk to see how the locals are going and collecting mahua, how they process it, how they dry it. The Potter's Village experience I just mentioned before. You can also go to Gond village houses. Gond tribes are living in the buffer zone. Go and see and have a meal with them. So this is something which will be, of course, promoting. The village visits stopped right now because of Corona. We don't want to infect the local populace, but they will be starting again soon in once a vaccination is available. Coming to the property, the Riverwood Forest Retreat, we are not in Turia, we are the furthest away, and I think we love that. We are in Kothar village. As soon as you enter Khwasa on the right, there's a road going into Mundia Reet. This is our each room is minimum 600 square feet. As you can see, we've got big windows, we have river view rooms, garden view suites. You have your private garden. Suppose you want to sleep outdoors at night, we can put up a bed for you. It's easy for you to come and access your toilet through the doors. And it's very green, it's beautiful, and we have a lot of wildlife coming into the property. For example, we've had the leopard coming in, tigers coming in, and it's very safe. In this image, you can see this is again the premier suite. These are what our toilets look like. We have a bathtub, we have an outdoor shower, we have a swimming pool which looks into the greens. We have a tree on the house. It's not a tree house, it's a house constructed on a higher elevation between the trees. So you can get a fantastic view of the water body, which is the Pachdhar River, a non-perennial river. It's beautiful to come and stay here. This is our deck. So what we do in the summer months, you can see a small water body here. This is a non-perennial river. We construct a water body. So when people are coming and actually having their breakfast, you can see langurs, you can see deer, you can see wolves. You can, if you're lucky, if it's early mornings, you can see the leopard or tiger here. So it's fantastic to come and experience that being in the property itself. Here we have another outdoor dining, for groups. If you want to do something, you want to do bush cooking, something experiential, we organize dinners outdoors as well. We also do stargazing. In the property, our naturalists are very well trained. You can go to the roof, and the advantage of us being so secluded is that when you are in Pench, there's no village other than Mundia Reet around, so there's not a lot of light. So you can actually see the Milky Way very clearly. Then we have the watchtower where we can, of course, you can go early mornings and late evenings to look deep into the park. You can do nature walk in the surrounding village. This is for the cycling tours. And something which is very unique to our property in Pench is we have our own butterfly garden. So you can actually see how the whole stages of butterfly takes place, how the pupa, the chrysalis, and the emergence of the butterfly. So it's very educational for children as well. Most of the staff are locals. They have been trained by us from the IHM of Madhya Pradesh, and they're a fantastic resource. And yeah, that's all for Riverwood Forest Retreat Bench. You can get more information on www.waxfordhotels.com. Thank you so much, Tejbir, for giving us a time, and ATOI for the slot. Thank you.
Thank you, Gangsha. And like always, it's a delight to see Waxpol Hotels presentations. Each one of your products are so unique and so nice, and really well put. The presentation also, I would say that. I have a couple of questions right now. If you can answer me, how many cycles do you have in a property?
How much?
How many cycles do you have?
We have 6 cycles right now.
And can you explain the importance of mahua?
So the importance of mahua is, mahua is a fruit which has got many uses. So once it's dried, you can extract oil out of it, which is mahua oil, which is a very organic oil, which can be used for eating, cooking, and also used in making kake products. Mahua itself, when it's raw, freshly picked, can be used for making mahua ka kheer with kaju and this, and also mahua halwa, a delicacy. Again, when mahua is again further dried, alcohol can be extracted out of it. And that's a very, very famous liquor. So what the locals generally try to do is collect mahua, dry it up, and sell it. So, you know, in the beginning of the season, it sells at 15 rupees a kilo. Once it's dried, the price goes up to 60, 70 rupees a kilo. So it's a fantastic earning for the local villagers. And I eat it. The animals love eating it. And I'm sure, Tejbir, if you go to the park, you'll actually see a lot of deers, you know, langurs, nilgais, everybody coming and trying to eat mahua and like then being a little intoxicated because of sugar content in the fruit. So that's mahua. And mahua is also the national tree of Madhya Pradesh. So mahua again has importance there.
Thank you, Kangsha. Actually, that's what I wanted to hear about the alcohol and intoxication part. You went ahead and told me, educated me about oil and kheer of mahua. That's okay. Our intention was only the alcohol and the intoxication.
I'll get you the first flash bottle. Done.
Done. So I'll wait for that.
Done.
Okay, thank you, Kangsha. Lovely presentation once again. And I would like to, we come to the end of the presentations, and I'd like to welcome our President, Captain Sudesh Kumar, to address the House, please.
Well, thanks, Tejbir. Good afternoon, my friends. I hope I'm audible because I'm trying to speak louder as possible. I would like to, first of all, give you my greetings, and I hope that we all pray that our COVID-19 situation will improve very quickly. I also, I think, I also feel sorry that the people in Kerala are facing huge problem. And we had accident last night, last evening from Air India aircraft crashed, and we lost 2 pilots and some passengers, and many got injured. Our sympathies go to them, heartfelt condolences to the pilot, the people who lost their lives, the passengers, as well as people who suffered because of this unfortunate tragedy. I feel and I pray that everybody's actions become normal sooner in terms of Kerala floods and so on and so forth. So this is with this, I would like to say that if we all stand for a minute, wherever you are, as a mark of respect and sympathy to the people who have passed away. Thank you very much. You all just stand wherever you're doing. Thank you very much. Thank you. My friends, I had the pleasure of meeting the Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh yesterday, where was a meeting of the ministry. They were talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, and they also talked about Atmanirbhar Madhya Pradesh. I had the chance of I joined them as one of the experts on tourism. They invited me from here, and I took the help of Akansha, who was very kind and generous enough to give me some information about few of the interesting points, and which I shared with the team. But one thing became very clear to me. It looks like that Atmanirbhar is a good word. Why can't ATOI become Atmanirbhar? Why can't our industry become Atmanirbhar on ourselves? I think let's strive to see that the adventure industry in this country become Atmanirbhar if possible. And what steps be done? How do we go about it? We have to work on this. This is my suggestion, and I think I'm going to discuss with my EC what steps we should take and come back to you, and this will become Atmanirbhar. I think it's a time we become self-reliant ourselves and see that we create enough business for each other, and we all bounce back to business, which is absolutely crucial for us, all of us. Coming back to the important subject of participation of viewers in the associations, I have few requests to you. I'm asking you to kindly help. Number one, each one of you, there are a total of 38 participants sitting here today. Each one of you, if you can request the next 2 weeks, get me one member for the association. I'm really grateful to you. We need people to come join our association. We need people to come and we participate in the adventure activities. Let them fill the form. If they don't want to pay the membership fee now, they can pay us later on. But let them show the interest in association, become a member of the association. It will really help to increase our networking, it increase our community, much bigger community. The more you bring in the people, they will be more responsible and answerable to the industry if they're not behaving properly. I also request you, each one of you, that if you can also give us a list of local associations. You have many associations. For example, in Assam, we have some associations. We have in different countries with different associations, and therefore it is essential that if we have the addresses, we can be in touch with them and make us a lot of difference. And the third point I would like to request is, we request you, each one of you, those who are allied member of an association, become active member. And how you can become active member? How can you become active member? And that is very simple. You become registered adventure tour operators with the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. And it's a very simple form. As long as you have X number of employees who are from the Tourism Institute, you have equipment, own equipment, and few other things, and you can become active member. I would urge you to, even though you are a tour operator, recognized tour operator from Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, you are a tour operator from your state government, do become a recognized adventure tour operator from Ministry of Tourism. Strengthen the hands of the adventure tour community in the country. The central government is asking how many members we have, and unfortunately we have only 77 who are duly recognized as an adventure tour operator in the central government records. So let's please help us in getting yourself registered. If you want any help in getting your membership, active member, if you are recognized as an adventure tour operator, just 1 minute, I have to stop my. Sorry, my grandchildren, I'm sitting at home, so being disturbed.
No problem,
so,
sir. They are also probably wishing to get recognized.
What I'm suggesting to you is that if you want any help, any difficulty you're finding it, we'll be very happy to support you, give you information. We have good connection with Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and we can be able to do it for you. I would like you to, another point I suggest to you, my friends, is share your knowledge with the association. I see that you have wealth of knowledge and we have shortage of knowledge with us. For example, I'm sitting in Delhi, North India. I have no knowledge about Meghalaya. I have no knowledge about Nagaland. I have no knowledge about Guwahati, for example. And you sitting in Guwahati have no knowledge about Ladakh, Uttarakhand, or Dharamsala, things like this. May I request each one of you to share your knowledge about your itineraries and send it to Sonam, and I promise you she will share with entire membership of the association without giving you your company's name, but she'll give you credit to you that thanks Vinayak Kaur for the messages above. In IT from Vinayak Kaur. That's enough. And this information will be shared, and I will request Pradeep, with our chairman of the website, to see that whatever information he could put in, use it in the website, because we need to expand our knowledge. This is one other point I thought I'll just share with you. And we will be, and not only this, if you give us information on the website, I'm sure we can also give a link. I'm not sure what a link could be given to your website if you help, but that is something I can't promise. But for surely, I'll ensure that you have your name is there. It is these ideas have come from you. Come back to the I will only say a few more things, that I'm meeting the Honorable Tourism Minister on Monday morning at 10 o'clock. They're calling us. How, what, should industry wants Government of India to see that, how do we improve, what exactly we want. We are asking money, we are asking many things, but you know how government works. May I therefore suggest, a few points I don't mind sharing with you. Requesting to give a loan moratorium for another 6 months, a license from the Services Promotion Council as soon as possible, increase from 7 to 10%, SAD fund permission, and so is the X visa knockoff, and few others. May I request all the 33 members present here today to kindly give us, if possible, 36 participants, to give us your point to me on my website, on my WhatsApp group. But send me, don't send any details, just say outline that these are the suggestions you give me, so I can forward these messages to the Honorable Tourism Minister on Monday morning at 11 o'clock. I have a meeting with him on Zoom. He's invited all the presidents of the different associations and given us 10 minutes to speak. So I'll be extremely grateful if you can give me some suggestion from you, from your state, from your area, and maybe I will convey this message to them for sure. And if you can do this tonight, this evening, tomorrow we'll prepare the document and then I can work on it. So these are some of the points, Stage B, I thought I'd share with the members. At the end, I will only tell each one of you, have faith in yourself. Good days are going to come, there's no doubt about it. You have to take advantage of these days when there's not work. We have to think about ourselves, what we have done in the last so many years, and how to improve our product, how to improve our product knowledge. How do we go to more business? What strategy we have? How do we do this? Yes, it's a difficult time, but I am very confident we adventure tour operators know how to face the music. And I'm sure all of you are capable people to face your music. You are capable of looking after yourself. Please remain safe, healthy, look after your parents, look after your children, look after yourself, and look after your neighbors, and see that we are good. And there will be a business waiting for you. Business will be so much next year that you won't have to handle it. You have to give it to me to handle your business. All the best. Thank you. They'll be yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your address. And I think, we are actually around the corner. I personally have a feeling that we are not very far away. The day the trains start to run and ply, and when the domestic flights start, which I think should not be more than a month or and a half away, that is all that we need to look at, and things should be rolling and kicking. I'm sure we all are now getting queries, because I've been talking to a lot of friends, and each one of us says that मेरे पास भी 3-4 queries आ गई हैं. There are people who are asking, I want to go to Spiti, I want to do a cycling, Manali to Leh, XYZ. So there is a lot of requests already pouring in and coming in. It is just a matter of time. So dig a heel in and let's wait for this thing to start, because this is now the accepted norm by everyone. So people are not afraid anymore. The fear factor is coming down, and the acceptance of this so-called new world is already coming in. So that's what I personally feel.
I want to share with very interesting. I should have shared with you before. I am pushing very hard ever since even the COVID has come. Because I specialize in climbing expeditions, a great deal. Every 14 days, an email goes to all the future mountaineers and come to all across the world. I got a confirmation of a booking to Mount Kun 2021 and the fellow has paid 50% advance only 2 days ago. So that shows that there's a huge future. I mean, he just paid 50% advance. That the confidence level is. I told him in case, he said, okay, I believe you, and he sends the information. So I think you'll agree with you that we are coming sooner than I thought for our business to bounce back. Thank you, Tejbir. Go ahead.
Thanks, sir. I think it's such an honor that we have Randhir Vikram Singh ji amongst us today. I would really love to, invite him to address the gathering. Randhir ji, agar aap khali 2 minute ke liye hamare house ko please address karen, I'll be very honored, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tejbir, Captain Sudesh Kumar, Ravi, and so on. In fact, it's very, very interesting to go through your beautiful presentations and the way you are conducting your meetings. It's very, very encouraging. Your website, foresight, and I think at some stage I'll ask my nephews to participate with you all, because we also do horse safaris in Mandawa. We have about 40-50 horses with us in our stables, and we do a lot of safaris in that part of the desert area. So it would be interesting to understand what are the other areas which things are happening in a little different way. We use campsites, we also use hotels, because there are a lot of hotels around in that area. And must compliment each and every member for a phenomenal show you all put up together every weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You've opened a Pandora box. May I request you that, can you, in one of these Saturday meetings, do a presentation on horse safaris in Rajasthan, in the Shekhawati region? That will be a delight, sir. And I'm sure that all of us would love to hear and understand how to do safaris, how to sell safaris, what entails, and so on. And do take us through your properties. You have some lovely, amazing properties. Let's look at your properties. Let's look at horse safari as a product. We'll be very delighted, sir. Absolutely.
No, it will be our pleasure. In fact, Captain Sudesh Kumar has been connected to us for a very, very long time. My younger brother, and they've done mountaineering together. So we go a long way back.
The 1973 Black Peak.
73, that's what I'm saying.
73 means how many years? 27 plus 20, 47 years ago, we were together. Mandeep and his brother was just students of Air Force from school. And I was the quartermaster of the expedition from Delhi Mountain Association. Devinder, where are you?
I was not even born then.
Devinder, kahan gaya bhag gaya to? Devinder Singh? Devinder Singh is from DMA. So DMA was organized this expedition, and I had the pleasure of taking the group. Lovely. It was, thanks for reminding me, Randu, about your brother, late brother, and we had a lovely time. In fact, I have a huge connection with the late K.C. Singh ji, and we have stayed so many times in the Mandawa Castle.
You've done camel safaris with us many times.
Safari I've done with you.
Now we give you a flavor of the horse safaris.
Right. I'm still young enough to sit in a horse. Good.
No, we have these other vehicles also. Kalra Saab, how are you?
Ravi,
all well. We'll get an old horse for Captain Saab. Don't worry.
On the contrary, I thought you would say we'll get the youngest possible, strongest horse for Captain Saab.
Oh no, he likes his old times and old memories.
Ravi,
sir.
Sorry, I apologize to all of you for my comment.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No problem.
So Ravi, since you're already here and you're having this train, you're the chairman of the subcommittee along with Sanjay Basu on responsible tourism. Can I request you to address the house and tell us as to what you are doing in the committee and how you're planning to take it forward? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, a correction. First of all, Sanjay Basu is the chairman. I'm the convener. I'm just helping him. So we are, as of now, it's Mohit Agarwal, me, Sanjay, Pradeep, and Rahul Sharma. We are a part of this committee, and we are looking at expanding it, and we are receiving a lot of interest. Well, the committee in principle is, a lot of work is already happening. You will start seeing the results very soon. A lot of guidelines and SOPs are being made. We are also looking at the practices being followed in the tourism trade and how harmonize the responsibility side of it, running tourism with responsibility and looking at sustainability and conservation. So I would request anybody who has interest and is from, diversified field like, scuba diving. We already have a person who's very interested and is running a scuba diving outfit down in Kerala, wishing to join the committee. So anybody from paragliding, anyone from varied fields who can contribute to the work. We are looking at, we have these 31 verticals, and we are looking at probably engaging in all these verticals and come out with some sustainable, starting with basic things like how you run your office, how switching off a light or a fan when not in use, how switching off a computer is going to help you save on energy. So coming from those basic things into going up to, the intricacies and details of when you run a tour and, what is your responsibility towards Mother Earth. So it's all very interesting. And a lot of work is happening. Sanjay and Mohit and, Rohit and Pradeep, they're all stalwarts, and it's really great working with these guys.
Thank you, Ravi. And I guess what you're trying to say is that we have 31 verticals in the association of the country for adventure travel, adventure tourism, and we are trying to formulate guidelines, responsible tourism guidelines for all these verticals. So
and the SOPs, guidelines, tweaking, some of them already exist. A lot of work was already done by the association in the past. And so we are all consolidating it and, adding, tweaking, getting in new inputs, engaging with state tourism, conservation, tourism boards, engaging with the right sort of officials, trying to make them change some rules, trying to, get their point of view, working on the carrying capacities in the parks. So all this, it's a very large field. Of course, we are starting to taking baby steps, but a lot of work has already been done. It's just getting it all together and, taking a lot of input from the trade and trying to, make it workable. Yes.
Absolutely. And your appeal to the House is quite correct, because since we need to address 31 verticals, we need support from people who are into various segments. So please approach the subcommittee on responsible tourism, Sanjay, Ravi, Pradeep, whosoever is there. Give us your inputs, help us compile these together so that it benefits the trade, it benefits my members, it benefits everyone. And we all look forward to working on a responsible board, on a very sustainable board, which also ensures that our planet, our Mother Earth, does not bear the brunt of our commercial activities to that extent. So we need to tread very carefully.
Yeah, one more thing, Tejbir. People who want to come forward, they should come with a lot of time commitment. We are already having one meeting a week. There's a lot of work which is happening. So anybody who wishes to join the committee is welcome, except that, a certain amount of time commitment and, contribution is required, will be required. Like I said, there's a weekly meeting, there's a lot of deliberation, a lot of briefing to the parent association, to the association. And so anybody coming forward should understand that, we are looking at some sort of time commitments as well.
Absolutely, well said, because end of the day, we all need your time. That's all what the association needs. And I see it as almost like a car saver, because this is something which we need to give back to the industry. It's been almost like 3 decades in adventure travel. And if we can't give back to the association, to the industry, where the members can benefit, then I don't think so it's really worth it. So please, we welcome you. We welcome each one of you. Like Ravi said, all we want is the time and your commitment. You can also, tell the committee that this is the number of hours that you can, commit each week. So even that's well respected. So it's not about, that we're going to badger you, that this is what you have to do. You tell us how much you can give, and we'll welcome you in whatever capacity you can. Fantastic. And I think in today's meeting, what we are going to take back home is also that 2 more presentations coming up in the following Saturday meetings. One is on horse safari and camel safaris, which Randeep Vikram Singh also, confirmed. So we really look forward to this presentation. This will be a guest presentation, which will speak about a segment of adventure travel. And I also see a lot of messages in the chat box, where people want to hear about how to become an ISO accredited member. So Pradeep has already confirmed that he is very happy to do that. So we will also have this presentation very soon in the coming, weekly meetings. This is what I encourage everyone, that please write to us. Please let us know what would you as a member like to listen in these Saturday meetings, which can add value, and it can give you a direction in your business, so that you can act upon it and take your business on a higher model. So these are 2 presentations which I can actually see happening in the coming Saturday week. I open the house for question and answers, and Sonam will please lead. So, you can raise your hand, you can post your question in the chat box, and Sonam will call upon you, and you can address to anyone, either to the presenters or to the office bearers or to the executive committee of ATOAI. Sonam, all yours.
Anyone has any questions?
I had a question on Mahua, which I already asked from Akansha. So I was the first one to go. Let's have more questions, please. Even on a lighter note, that's okay.
You mean there are no questions? How is possible?
I have a question.
Hmm.
I can't see the website having my company's name and details. And we were given the password, but it never worked. I mean, I joined the meeting just to raise this only today, क्योंकि ये website आपका update नहीं है, उसमें 2018 adventure दिख रहा है सर, अब 2020 आ गया.
Right. So, Nisha, this is exactly what the objective of this presentation was, that the new committee which has come in is going to take up on all these issues which were pending.
And one more query.
And this is where we need help. As you would, appreciate that this is all voluntary work that we do.
I agree.
Absolutely. So we were really short of hands in the technology and the website committee. Pradeep has very kindly, agreed to take this forward. And I'm sure that in the coming month itself, you will see a lot of changes. And we will first come up to ground zero, neutral, and then we will, move ahead. So please, every one of you, do bear with us for a month. At the same time, your observations are more than welcome. Please write to Pradeep, please write to ATOAI admin, and leave your feedback, leave your whatever thoughts you have in mind. We will take it on a very positive, on a very proactive note. We can assure you, nothing is wrong. There is no statement is a wrong statement. We have a very positive approach towards it. We will see everything coming in with the right mind. So please, please come.
Tejbir, I want to add little more.
Please go ahead.
The committee is finalized. Can we all have as a member the committee detailed list? Because I missed, if I had missed this, can you just clarify? One person from the member can be in only one committee. Was it that way?
No, you can join 2 committees also. But before you do that, I like to also, again, kind of, let me use the word warn you. Like,
no, I had given 2. We had given 2, I think, options, but we have been given answer. I don't know. Officially, we have got no mail. So I would like officially ATOAI to, inform the list of committee members.
You will be certainly getting it from the...
Yes, Sonam, please.
Sonam, go ahead.
We did receive the nominations from Cross Terrain, one for Vimalsa and one for Nisha, and an acknowledgement email was sent because there were 2 separate committees that you wanted to, be a part of. So your name has already been added on those committee list, and an acknowledgement email has been sent as well on both the email on both the emails that we received.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
Okay, happens you resend them again. Just now, and when you send a message, if they don't acknowledge you back, do call them and say you have got it. Sometime because of mismatch.
No, we will acknowledge. Definitely, we'll acknowledge. We both are tech savvy.
You don't get a message, and it get lost because so many messages come. It is
Yeah.
not. You're most welcome, Nisha ji, to join the committees. We're very grateful to you, in fact, for your interest. I also would like to request, with the permission of Tejbur, who is chairing this meet today, that Nisha ji, please look at the website of association. Give us all the points of Sonam on an email and copy with Pradeep, and they will ensure that within 24 hours they'll be rectified. You are my assurance to you. By Monday morning, Monday afternoon, evening, it will be rectified. There's no problem. Error like this will be rectified positively by Monday evening. Thanks. This will be yours.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I would like to just add on that we will need time for the website because it's a thing which is a little lagging, and we are talking to the developer. We might take a little time, but the things will be corrected for sure, slowly but steadily. And once we catch on to the speed, then we will not take more than a few hours to do any correction if required. Anything which is on the wireframe, which is on the developer's end, takes a little time. But the sentiment is completely, sir, resonate with your thought, and we will certainly do that. And it's all very positive, Nisha. Like you said, I encourage everyone to please share your feedback. We will take it very positively. We are here to assist the association. It's a job. We have signed up for this job. And if we fail to do this, there is no reason that we should be over here. As simple as that.
Tejbir, may I come in for a bit with your permission?
Yes, Vinayak, absolutely.
So I was speaking to a couple of committee heads this week, and we'll probably discuss this bit in our EC group. But I was thinking to probably send the list of committees once more for the last time, probably for people to come forward and volunteer, even if, because at times like some mails do not reach or communication lags somewhere. We can send it once more, and then we can officially close. It's something which I'm just proposing. It's not a decision. I'm just proposing, as we have all the members also here and our president and you all here. And then we can have some more participation. And like Nisha was saying, they have given name. Is it possible to give names in more than one committee? Sonam has replied, you have replied. Yes, of course it is possible. It's just that you have to see how you can manage your time. Ravi Kalra sir has already mentioned, do come with a minimum time commitment. I was also mentioning earlier, even if you have less time, no problem, but do come with a very focused schedule, focused slot for ATOI, so that once you volunteer in, you know that a bit of, say, a couple of hours in a week or 2-3 hours in a week, something like that. But it's all inclusive. And like you said, Tejbir, all suggestions, inputs are welcome. We all working in. And so we might, the point which I wanted to just convey, that we might send the names, the list of committees once again. If someone is still missing and someone is still thinking to join in, please write to us. And if you feel that you're not able to understand what exactly this committee is for, it might be interesting for you, please write to us. Please write that on the email or on the WhatsApp group. The committee head will be able to explain you a little better, and then you can think whether you would like to join or not. So please give it a thought, so that we can just get going on this. And once we close all of this finalization, every member who has given in the name will be received. We are planning to make a closed group of emails and WhatsApps. Some of the committees have already started working over the WhatsApps, but officially once we close the nominations or volunteering in, we will form email loops, putting all together in one email loop, and then you can start from that day itself. So it's still the work in process. Maybe by this week we'll finish it all. That's all.
Thanks, Vinayak. And Sonam, can you once again please show the list of the subcommittees over here right now? And may I also suggest that please keep on adding the names of ATOAI members who are joining the committees, respective committees, because not just the chair and the co-chair. I would appreciate everyone's name to be showing in the committees, whosoever this, whichever committee is signing up for. Sonam, can you please show the list again?
So, sir, we have prepared two sheets. One is only for the committee. One is the list of the committees, and the other one, as you just said, like whoever is sending us the nominations, they've been added in the list. So, do you want me to share the other one where members have already, where the members' name are already updated, or
Yes,
just the?
I would. No, show everyone's name, because I think that's what gives a very positive message, and it also showcases that people have signed up for. Let us see the list of the committees with people's name in it, so that the house can see that. And people over here can again, see which committee they wish to join. You can write here in the chat box also, you can write this and Sonam can take care of it. She will help you connecting with the chairman of the respective subcommittee. And as we go ahead, I would like to again call upon Arijit, if he can show his presentation once Sonam has done that. He sadly could not show his presentation because of his bandwidth problems, but I think he's ready now. So once we've shared the screen with the subcommittee list, I'll request Arijit to come back again with his presentation.
Thank you. I'm still having a very bad bandwidth because I think I've got disconnected at least 20 times today.
So would you like to do your presentation again, Arijit, or?
I think that the connection is very, very poor today, surprisingly. I don't know, but then I don't want to waste time to today's members. They're sitting for some long time and again waiting, and if I don't be able to do it, it would be justice to them. So I request if I can have some other day, I can do it properly and fix my bandwidth or do something on that. Is that fine, Tejbir sir?
Absolutely, Arjit. And as it is, your presentation link has been shared, so everyone will be downloading the presentation, and at their own convenience, everyone will look at the presentations. So that's also, I wanted to share that. And next Saturday or the coming Saturdays, I welcome you to, do presentations, on various states also, various subjects. Come as a guest speaker also. You can do, one for Koili. You can keep on doing for the destination, so you can balance it out, because I know you have the depth of knowledge. You've been there for many, many years, and you can really add value to the house.
Yeah, sorry, sir, to bother you, but just 2 minutes presentation is very difficult for me. And North is such a huge thing, but if we can have something 10, 15 minutes or 10 minutes or so, then we can do justice to the presentation.
So Arijit, let me explain to you that when you do a presentation on a destination, which is not by Koili, so you are allowed to do, you take 15 minutes or even 20 minutes, we have no problems. You can also keep on coming back, picking up states, as a circuits. So even that is a good idea. So when you do a presentation
Thank you very much.
company, we give you a 7-minute slot, but I think this is a suggestion which has come from almost everyone, that we need to increase the time from 7 minutes perhaps to 10 minutes. I think we will certainly have a look at it. Again, it's a feedback from everyone. So I think in all fairness, we need to accept it and move ahead. So perhaps if the committee feels so, we will go ahead and we'll increase the time from 7 to 10 after we have we have a cognizance from everyone. So thank you for the feedback, Arjit.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just one more question to Captain Shradesh Kumarji, if I'm allowed to say so. On Monday, since you will be meeting the MOT, I have a small request already made, and I made an article on it in today's local newspaper, like work from home for the MOT, for the approved tour operators. So is it possible that I can forward that article on the WhatsApp group?
Yes, please send it to me. And what you're saying is the MOT recognition should be for those working from home, because of the COVID problem. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
only for the COVID problem,
yes,
for the next 6 months or 1 year, they should allow us to work from home.
1 year request.
I agree with you. I'll definitely, thanks for giving me, send me a small WhatsApp, and I will, so that I remember it. I made a note of it. No problem. Good idea. Very good idea.
Thank you, sir.
So I would say that not just for 1 year, because you never know what lies ahead. Let's write with the timelines of 2022 till 2022 if you can work from home. Let's see if they can agree to this.
2 years. Okay, fine, fair enough.
I think there'll be a discussion regarding this work from home and MOT recognition is already going on different platforms, and the demand from tour operators is not for 1 year or 2 years. It's just to relax the whole norms of MOT approvals, so that there are some basic requirements like having an office space of minimum size, having so many employees and all that. And nowadays people are not having so many people, and when they're working from home, that typical office space may not be there. So the larger discussion is totally waiving off some basic requirements which are there as a normal tour operator. So I think that larger picture also should be kept in mind while discussing this matter.
Absolutely,
right?
and I think, yeah, I think the committee which looks after this will certainly, take this on from here.
Thank you.
Right. So as you can see, everyone, that we have a list of all the committees displayed over here. And Sonam, why don't you read out the names of the committees and chairman and people who have joined? So can you do that, please?
Sure, sir. Everybody can see the screen here, right? So the first committee that we have here is ATOAI chapters formation and functioning and membership drive. And Mr. Rajesh Oja and Mr. Mohan Tikku are the chairman for this committee. And the members who have nominated themselves are Mr. Ram Kumar, he's from Pondicherry, Mr. Mohammad Rahman from Andhra Pradesh, and Mr. Davinder Singh Dhanjal Abhabya Holidays from Delhi. And the second one is the website and technology, where Mr. Pradeep Murthy is heading the committee, and we have Mr. Shuyash Gupta and Bharat Seth. We have social media and monthly newsletter, and Mr. Vaibhav Kala is heading the committee. We have Bharat Seth, we have Nisha, we have Dhruv, who are the member of the committee. We have members value add services, FAM tours, road shows, educamps, Saturday weekly meetings headed by Mr. Tejbir Singh Anand. And the members who are a part of this committee are Mr. Ram Kumar, Mr. Anurag Sharma, Ms. Shweta, Mr. Rohan Jain, and Mr. Jason Lopez. We have conventions, and Commander Sam is heading the committee. We have Ram Kumar, we have Dr. Shima Shastri, Davinder Singh Dhanjal, and Rohan Jain as a part of the committee. Likewise, risk mitigation headed by Mr. Vaibhav Kala. We have Mr. Neeraj Bhatt and Mr. Pradeep Gupta as a member committee. We have safety guidelines and grievance redressal and assistance during natural disaster headed by Mr. Ajit Bajaj and Mr. Neeraj Bhatt, Mr. Balaram Naidu, Mr. Pratik Gupta, Mr. Abhay Ghanekar, and Mr. Mohammad Rahman are a part of it. Industry partnership is being headed by Mr. Akshay Kumar, Ms. Yukti Jangyani Verma, Tarun Kakani, Shweta, Dhruv Rajdan, Rohan Jain, and Jason Lopez are a part of it. We have media and PR coordination headed by Mr. Vishwas Makhija. We have Mr. Shriji Deke and Mr. Abhay Thareja being a part of the committee. We have responsible tourism headed by Mr. Sanjay Basu, Mr. Ravi Kalra, and the members are Mr. Mohit Agarwal, Mr. Rajesh Lohiya, Mr. Sanket Shah, Mr. Yuga Pratakar, Pawan Bish, Shweta, Davinder Singh Dhanjal, and Mr. Ajit Ashok Takalkar and Jackson Peter, and Abhay Thareja. Cleanup expeditions, Rajesh Lohiya, Mr. Shashank Gupta is the chairman of the committee. We have Rajesh Lohiya, Jackson Peter, Vimal Sharma, Pawan Bish, and Shweta Verma as a part of the committee. And the last one, capacity building and skill development headed by Mr. Mohan Tikku and Mr. Amit Sharma. And the members are Mr. Tarun Kakani, Mr. Neeraj Bhatt, Mohammad Rahman, Mr. Mohit, Balaram Naidu, Rajesh Oja, and Mr. Pradeep Murthy. So these are the nominations that we have received so far from the members. And like Vinayak sir just said, that we will be sending out an email, and the more the participation is, we'll be adding them on the list. So this is what we have right now, sir.
Thank you, Sonam. And as the House can see, that a lot of nominations have come in with their interest as to which committee they'd like to be a part of. But these are just the nominations which have flowed in. We will be certainly looking at the names, because we can't have too many people in each committee. And also I see, names common to more than 2 to 3 committees, which I think also would be a challenge, because to give time to so many committees might not be really, very fruitful. So we will be writing back to you, requesting you to choose between, 1 or maximum 2 committees to support, so that the best can be given to each committee if the best comes out, Having said that, we will we will keep this open for a little more time, perhaps this week. So people who feel that they've been left out and they still wish to join, you may please write in, but you have an idea about which committee is already overflowing and which committee still has some scope. So according to that, the information which was shared, you can please have a look and again write back to the association. It's already 1 o'clock, friends. It's 1:05, and it's again been a fantastic 2-hour long meeting. Truly speaking, we don't come to know. We start at 11, and suddenly it's 1 o'clock, and like magic, time flies. So, which really proves that it's so engaging, it's so engrossing, it's so addictive that we all like to be together. We all like to hang out together. We like to learn. We like to share. We like to collaborate and find synergies, and that is what all these Saturday meetings are all about. Thank you so much. I hope you all had a great time with us. We again.
I'd say one small thing, Tejveer, one small thing about the website. Since there were multiple people who pinged about their information not being accurate, etc. So just 1 second, if I may, before everybody logs off. I think the objective that we are working towards is to make sure it's a self-service website. I think as we have about 500 plus members today, and hopefully that number is going to grow into 4 digits, etc. So it will become a self-service website where the ATOAI office admin or somebody else doesn't need to be hand-holding you or doing it for you. And where if the technology that we have at the moment is making it challenging, we will look at the technology also. So just want to make that. So give us a little time. So that's what we are reviewing at the moment to make it easier to use, etc. And then we'll get back to you. But I promise you that your information will be up to date without too much of delay. Thanks, Tejveer.
Thanks, Pradeep. And I see somebody still is requesting that if the committee list can be shared. So Sonam, please share the list of the committee, only the committee. There's no need to put names, so that people who still wish to join a committee can do so. And I will leave the house open for another 4 minutes. So if anyone wants to give in any ideas, any suggestions for the next Saturday meetings or anything which you wish your association to talk about, bring it on board. We'll be very happy to do that. So we'll sign off at 1:10 sharp. And Sonam, you can do that. So it's 1:06. So informal, please, everyone. You may chit chat and you may give your suggestions in the chat box. And look forward to see you again on next Saturday. Another information, sorry, I just forgot to say that. We are now shifting the weekly format to a bi-monthly format. So which means we'll not be meeting on every Saturday now. We will be meeting after every 15 days, please. So please make a note of it. And Sonam will be sharing the next 2 dates for sure. So for example, today is 8th of August. So we meet after 15 days, that is 22nd of August, I think, 14 days. So this format is being changed to bi-monthly meeting now. So have a great weekend ahead, everyone, and look forward to meet you again on the 22nd August. And we close this meeting at 1:10 sharp. 3 minutes more to go.
There's been any luck with the sport shirts?
With the t-shirts.
T-shirts.
So that is being handled by our friend Vishwas Makija. Vishwas?
I was trying to locate him. I think he came and gone. Vishwas,
Yeah,
are you still?
He's left. He's not here. So I was, in fact, wanting him to come and address the house also on his committee, but he's left, I think.
May I request every one of you to please purchase few sport t-shirts and kindly give your order to Sonam. She's going to place an order soon and give you your color, select your color. I mean, she has some choice of colors. Can I do so? Because it will be nice if next time each one will come in and you see my t-shirt. I'm wearing a t-shirt, that color one. As I intentionally show it to you. So please, my request you to kindly see that we all place an order with Sonam and she's going to give you a nice t-shirt. Thank you.
Sir, request you whether kurtas would be there.
Sorry?
Kurtas.
Kurtas.
T-shirt, not T-shirt, kurtas. Yes.
I have to come.
I'm talking about for my. Yeah, because I have a medical problem. I can't wear T-shirts. I will wear.
Okay, we'll arrange a
kurtas.
kurta for you, a special kurta for you. Sonam, one kurta for Ajit. Instead of 500, charge him 2,500. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Anything which is customized is expensive. We all know that.
2,500 customized. Yeah, we're very happy to that color kurta with the ATOI logo on it. We send you a logo and then you please wear it. We'll accept it. 2,500. We charge 2,000 for royalty charges for using our logo in your kurta.
Thank you, sir. I'll be honored.
Yes, I know and I appreciate it. Thank you. Tejbir, good. There's no questions, I think. Ajit, Tejbir, क्या हो गया?
Right, so it's 1:10 now, sir. So I was waiting till 1:10, and we'll close, right now. So thank you, everyone, and we sign off from here on, and see you on 22nd August.
Thank you very much. You've been great help and support. Sonam, thank you. Everyone, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.